Hello everybody, welcome back to the 130 Josh YouTube channel, and in this video I'm going to be showing you how to make a basic website. So to start off, we need to learn the basics, and to make a website it's called HTML. That's the programming language you use. It's not really a programming language, it's actually called a markup language. But anyways, so basics of making websites, which I've been doing for about a year or two now, is, so first you learn the basics, which is like headings and paragraphs and stuff like that. So, but first, like, you don't make the headings and paragraphs. It's a basic skeleton of a website, which is something called a HTML tag, and you would put this in. And then you do a head tag, which is where you put all of your references and stuff to other websites you made. So it's hard to explain what a head tag does, but these are called opening tags. And there's closing tags as well, which you type the same thing in, but before you type the same thing in here, you have to add a slash, and then you would type in that, and that's a closing tag. Then you can just close off the HTML tag there. But in between the head and the closing head tag and the closing HTML tag, you want to add something called a body tag, and the closing one as well. Just ignore what I'm doing right now, just there. Okay, so then you'd want to press enter to make a little break in between the body, the opening tag of the body and the closing tag of the body. And the body tag is where everything else goes. And to do it, to add all the stuff inside the website, you would basically use the same sort of idea here with opening and closing tags. The first tag you basically are ever going to learn is something called a heading tag. So there's 5 different types, and the first one is H1, and that is called heading 1. That's the biggest size you can get, and you could do heading 2. Cool. But you'd have to close the tag first, like that, and then you would do heading 2. You don't have to make this in a website, I'm just showing you an example. So heading 1, heading 2, and you can do heading 3, heading 4, heading 5, and yeah, you get the idea. And you could put text in between here, so like that, and then that would basically show up on your website. So to save a file of HTML code, you need to click save, and then you would have all this stuff, and then you'd save it as index.html, and you click enter, and then there it is. That's basic website. No one can see it yet except you, because you haven't put it on the internet using a domain name and stuff. So this is the basic website idea, but there's a lot more things in websites. So the next thing you want to learn is paragraphs. So paragraphs is just P, just the letter P with an opening closing tag. Then you just put in whatever you want there, and then just open that in the browser, and there it is. That's a paragraph down there. Headings are bold because they're a heading. And next thing you want to learn is break tags, which is BR. Now this one does not have a closing tag. So some lines of code has no closing tag. For example, the break tag, BR, that doesn't have a closing tag at all. and that would basically leave a line break. So if you put another paragraph down here, and put text in between that, like hello, and you saved it and you opened it in the browser, there would be a line break in between this paragraph and this paragraph. A big line break. Okay, so next thing you want to learn is stuff inside the head tag. So the first thing you want to learn is something called the title tag. This one has a closing tag, and then you would put in whatever text you want, like website. Open it in browser again, and you won't see it on here because it's actually up here. This is called the title of a website. Yeah, right up there. And you could change that to like whatever you want, like, and then that would be the title. See? Okay, so we're getting into a lot more harder things now. Well, first, before we do that, I just got mixed up there. We're gonna learn bold, italic, and underlined text. So just make as many paragraphs as you want, just like that. Well, you don't have to make paragraphs, you don't want it. So the first kind of tag for bold text is either B or strong. And these do have closing tags, so they do. And then you can put whatever text you want in there. So strong and bold is the same thing, it's just different syntax. See? This is the B tags, the strong tags are the exact same thing, makes bold text. And yeah. Next thing you want is italic text. So you could do I or EM. And emphasize text and italic text. They're the exact same thing. And yeah, just put whatever you want in between them. And it would be there. Italic text. And underlined text is just a U. And then just type in what you want. And then that should be on your website there. Underlined text. Okay. Now I'm just going to add a break tag just so we don't get all confused and stuff. So next thing you want to learn is something called links. And links is a lot harder. Well, it's not a lot harder, it's just hard. So to make a link, you do A, and then like letter H, and then REF, so href equals, and then two of these speech marks, and then that, an arrow, like I think that's less than symbol, and then you would close that, and then your link would go in here. So, but it has to have HTTP or HTTPS, and then you would do like a basic website link. For example, I could do google.com and then Google. So you won't see this. This is the reference. This is like the link that you're going to, and this is the text that you see on the website. So basically, here it is. So you have your link there, and you click on it, and it takes you to google.com. So the next thing you want to learn is images. So to make an image, this one does not have a closing tag, so you do IMG SRC for image source equals and then speech marks and then close that tag. And then you'd put the link, like you could save something, but it has to be in the same, like the image you want has to be in the same folder that you save it in. So for example, this would be in my documents, and then you would put the image in your documents, and then you do like image for, this is just an example, and then .png or JPEG or JPG or whatever you want. And then you could do it this way as well. So for example, I'm just going to quickly go to Google and I'm going to search up Windows 7 logo. And then you go there to images, on whatever you want, Google images, whatever you use. And then you'd right click on that and use copy image address. And then go back to your website and then Control V for paste. And you would have that. And you could also use a width tag like that. Well, it's not really a tag, it's like, I don't know what they're called. And then you could do like a height reference as well. So you could change the height, for example. I'm not going to go too crazy, I'm just going to go like 120 by like, I don't know, like 32, whatever. Go back to your thing, and yeah. That's only because I stretched it a little too much. And yeah, you could do basically. And you could put in, you get the idea. Change size of an image. Yeah. Okay, next thing you want to learn is styling with CSS. Now CSS is another programming language, and you could reference it with another file, so you could have a CSS file, or go into the head tag, and under the title tag do style, and then close it, and then this is coding in CSS. So to start off, you would reference these tags here. Instead you wouldn't put the less than or greater than symbol. You would just do this. So you just, for example, do body, and then that would basically reference body tag. Then you would do the braces symbol, like curly brackets, and you press enter and it would look like that. And then this is where it gets a lot harder. You could, so to make the background color, instead of just being plain white like it was before, you can do background dash color, the American way of spelling it. I'm just saying because I'm Australian. And you can do that, and then you can type in what color you want, from down to red. And then you would open it in the browser. It would look really stupid, but oh, that hurts my eyes. Without, you get the idea. I'm just gonna change that to like a light blue, just so it doesn't hurt my eyes. And you can add borders. So border, 3 pixels. So the border would be 3 pixels. Space, color you want, let's just say yellow. And then this is where it gets harder. You can search it up on the internet, but there's different kinds of styles of, like, there's different kinds of like designs of borders. So outset is one of my favorites, but it looks older. So this would be an outset, so it's pointing outwards, it looks like. Or you could just do like solid one to make it look a bit more modern, like that. So it'd just be completely solid. And there's a lot more of them. There's like dotted and striped and stuff like that. I don't know if I'm pronouncing them correctly. But to make it look better, you can use something called a margin tag, and then you could do 0%. Oh yeah, I didn't add that. 0%, and then yeah. So these are basically the kind of closing tag, but for CSS. And yeah, I hope you get the idea. Cause these are like closing tag basically in CSS. I don't think they're called that though. You can use percentage, pixels, and stuff like that. So if you opened it again, the margin is basically the outside area. So now it's along the edge instead of like being out a bit, like in a bit. So yeah, I hope you get the idea. And then you can do heading 1, and you could add a border to that, like the 3 pixels yellow solid. And you could add a background color of red, and then it would look like that. So it would have a border around the heading, and then it would have background. And another tag I want to show you, but it's not really a tag, but in CSS you can use text dash align, and you can do center, right, left, stuff like that. And then I just chose center, and then that text would be aligned into the center. Yeah. So next, this is already 35 lines. So next what you want to do is an iframe. Now iframes are very hard if you're just coding it by yourself, because you gotta add like all different kinds of stuff. But for me, or for basically everyone else, if you go to the internet, and let me just find a video quickly on YouTube. You can use this on anything if they allow you to embed videos and stuff. And let's just say I want my Windows startup sounds video. Yeah, so here you go to share, embed, and then you'd copy this, and all that would be copied. You go back here, and you Control V for paste, and it looks like a massive line of code. But you get the idea. Like, this would be very hard to code just from the top of your head. And then open a browser, and then you have a YouTube video right down here. And you can watch it. Yeah, you get the idea. So that was basically all for the coding side of things. So that's how to code a basic website in HTML and CSS. But just for a bit of help, if you want to code like in something that I did, this program is completely free. So I got 3 good software, like 3 good pieces of software for website development, and there is Sublime Text, which is what I'm using right now, which is completely free. There's Notepad++, which is also free, which I also have. Notepad++, which is this. And Adobe Dreamweaver. Now, Adobe Dreamweaver is paid for, so I would use either Notepad++ or Sublime Text to code in for website development and stuff like that. So I hope you enjoyed the video, guys, and subscribe, leave a like, and share the video with other people, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.